What, if any, effort did you make to play a guitar?
I've never played the guitar.
Okay.
So loudly.
I used to be respected, people took me at my word. Then I became a lawyer representing Amber Heard. Objection, hearsay. Oh my God, I don't have a case. Objection, hearsay. Now I'm ashamed to show my face.
Well, I'm a famous movie star, yeah, life is always fine. I sit down at my penthouse drinking mega pints of wine.
Objection, hearsay.
I don't know why we ever wed.
Objection, hearsay.
Who the hell poops in someone's bed?
I object to everything, I may have an infection. Cause I say I object, the judge says
That was your own question.
objection, hearsay. Court isn't supposed to be this hard. Objection, hearsay. How did I ever pass the bar? Well, just one final
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Oh no, no, you can't disguise.
Just in my head instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I swung at him. In all of my relationship to date with Johnny, I heard at this time nagging all the time, called me a he even said that he made a mistake with me.
Everyone see that, because I will not be doing it again.
What are two clips that give off the same energy?
I dabbed a bone-dry eye, and by some miracle, no one noticed.
I mean, this man lost control of his bowels, and I cleaned up after him.
Who cares? Not me.
I don't see him anymore. It wasn't him. It was black. Wanting whatever fucking weird trick, excuse me.
Start using your mouth.
Just stood there.
You're not too smart. Bye.
I felt this pressure. He owned my pubic bone, and he was punching me. This came out in Ben's evidence because he didn't share it until this date. Objection, Your Honor, sustained. And so I recognize it.
Things that I did, Michael, to really understand who she is, not only as an actress, but also as a person. So I went back and analyzed video going back to her early career. So when she was on different television shows and she took interviews, I'm trying to watch, her different types of emoting. What does she look like when she's just in a normal conversation? Then I'm comparing it to now. Now she's in the spotlight. She's right here in court, and she's telling this story about her abusive relationship. So when I'm watching her body language, I'm looking to see if her words are syncing with her facial expression doesn't match. So overall, what I'm seeing with her is this animated, overarching, overly expressive expressions. The other thing that I'm noticing, where's the tears? So I see her crying and getting herself all histrionic, but where is the tears? The tears are not flowing. She has these very rapid movements. She's jumping up and down in her chair. She's moving around. And those would all be indicative of somebody that's feeling uncomfortable. But I've looked at a lot of video, and I'm going to speak to your other guests too. In all of my years as a trial consultant, and I've worked on a lot of high-profile cases and watched them, I have never seen this type of demeanor and theatrics ever in any case I have ever worked on. This is the worst performance of Amber Heard in her career.
I don't. It's all about performance.
Oh, Amber, I don't regret. I don't regret.
Oh, what else?
What
else don't you do? Oh, come on.
Be
worse.
I don't regret.
Lay on me. What else? What else other thing do you want to add?
Can't talk
you
to when you
fucking
sound
lying
like
piece
Fozzie
of shit.
Bear.
What? Oh,
Like
no,
a
I
kid's
want
show.
to know.
Yeah,
I want to know.
get out your Ubers out
I'm kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah, I'll be in your
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man and go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does.
Yeah.
Go. Run away. I know it's
With
hard to
your
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous
I know.
plan.
It's
Your
hard.
panicked fucking plan.
It's hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else
Poor
over to
thing.
get
You're
your
right.
fucking.
I tried.
get
That's
you
what I
want.
do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you've got everybody out here almost full, but it
you're
don't
right.
last
You're
long.
right.
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
here a lot longer
You're
than
right.
you.
You got it
because
figured out.
You don't have. Figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your tits out.
You're right. That's what I do.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
London Fields is excellent.
You're right. You're
Excellent
right.
choice.
Back to that. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 6 years. Oh no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. I'm sure there's other things you can. Right.
Go laugh.
No, I'm not laughing.
Or, no, matter of fact,
I'm
laugh
not
here.
laughing. I'm not. It's
Oh.
serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. And stripping, man. Well, there's always that. You can
You're
always
right.
go back
You can
to
write
that
a book.
for
You can
another-
write a book.
for another
I
10
know you
minutes.
can write a book. Oh, is this gonna be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book?
You don't even
Your
make-
book.
You're
Is
not
this
gonna-
gonna be good for your book?
You won't even
Is this
make
gonna be
it
good for your book?
I'll write what I
Hey,
want. I'll write
I have
what
a
I
good
want.
idea.
I'll write what
How
I
about you
want.
sell more of your journals? You don't want to sell out or anything. Let's sell you journals. Oh, wait.
Hey.
So while you were filming London Fields and Johnny had gone back to L.A., what, if any, issues did you have with him on fraternizing with the cast? I'm going to ask, Michelle, can you pull up Defendant's Exhibit 188, please?
Your Honor, I'm going to object on hearsay.
Your Honor, I'm going to, let's pull up 188A. I've redacted everything but what Mr. Depp says.
All right.
On 188A.
188A.
I lose my balance. At this point, we're sitting next to each other on the edge of the couch, or I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before, and I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react. I just sat.
The dog chewed on one of her scarves. She called the dog, quote, a little terrorist. Where's the dog now? We don't know, as the dog was never seen again, which says quite a bit about Amber Heard in the eyes of many.
You little terrorist.
Easily one of the biggest things that Amber Heard has tried to convey is the fact that she is a non-violent person. Except if we take Johnny Depp out of the equation, that can be proven false rather easily. Not the least of which is because she was in a previous relationship with a woman named Tasia Van Ree, and it's been noted by many that she was abusive to Tasia in that relationship. So much so that a police officer came and arrested Heard for hitting her partner. Well, that is a crime, the overall isn't a lie, right? Well, except she claimed that the police officer was homophobic and despised her because she was dating a woman. A terrible thing if it was true. But guess what? The police officer was a lesbian. Amber Heard is bisexual and was even an advocate for the LGBTQ+ community. So that blew up right in Amber's face. If you're wondering why this previous action wasn't brought up in Johnny's case, it might be. But the reason it's not more famous is because she got 2 years of probation for it. There are even rumors that Heard had her legal team erase those previous domestic AB allegations. Let you think that her AB nature was only tied to her more personal relationships, her former assistant in Kate James, James had many things to say about her former employee. Furthermore, she was Heard's assistant during the time of the relationship with Depp.
She felt that gave her the right to spit in my face. And there was a witness in the apartment at that time, by the way. The handyman, Hector Galindo, he was so mortified. He was so embarrassed to hear her speaking to me like that.
In the defamation case that is currently going on, she had plenty to say. Her mother was terrified of her. James recalled, her poor sister was treated like a dog that you kick. Heard, she said, would bombard her with text messages, sometimes beginning as early as 2 a.m. During one confrontation over James's salary, Heard allegedly...
Tell me what happened. He was homeless and sick. And I was walking home from the bar talking on my phone, and then he just came sprinting towards me. I mean, not running, sprinting. And I thought, like maybe he was running from someone or after someone. The last time I saw him, he was still out there going crazy.
Drugs, maybe.
I didn't even tell you the worst part.
Yeah?
He tried to bite me.
You're right, that's the worst part.
Sorry. Just so scared.
No. You should be scared. A homeless man just tried to eat you. That's like the right kind of scared. That's reasonable.
For committing domestic violence against your spouse.
I'm going to... Irrelevant, harassing, has nothing to do with this proceeding. It's argumentative. Go ahead and explain how you want to.
There was no domestic violence within that relationship, and the state of Washington, where I was arrested, immediately dropped the charges because they knew the exact same thing that I just told you, that no domestic violence ever occurred, and my ex has stated such. In fact, it was so ridiculous, those charges. It was a verbal argument, it was misinterpreted, misrepresented, and completely overreacted upon by two individuals in a power position. And as soon as they found out that we were partners, which we were not going to be arrested for before, as soon as they found out we were partners, the male cop, not this other woman who's later been brought into the press, this male cop put me in handcuffs, and that's there was no physical violence, no physical abuse, and zero domestic violence whatsoever between us. It was a trumped up charge, and it was dropped immediately for being such.
Isn't it a fact, Ms. Heard, that in fact on September 24th, 2009, you were arrested for domestic violence committed against Tasha Van Ray?
Ask and answer. Is that what you just talked about?
Did I miss something?
Isn't it a fact, Ms. Heard, that on September 14th, you were in fact taken to jail? It wasn't dropped immediately.
Same objections, Vegas to
Same objections.
Isn't it a fact, Ms. Heard, that you spent the night in jail from September 14th to September 15th, 2009, as a result of your arrest for domestic violence?
Same objections. It's irrelevant.
Is that true?
352. She's already answered what happened. It's
Is that
vague.
true?
It's argumentative. It's harassing. You just want to, get your harassment in. Go ahead.
Let the record reflect Mr. Carter's directing her not to answer. Did you spend the night in jail?
I never said don't answer. I never said that.
Carter is about to...
That's not my fault.
Yes, it is.
Because she keeps cutting me off every time I say something.
There's no need to yell, Mr. Hart.
Well, I have to be heard. Everyone's talking over me. You've got a whole wall of lawyers over there who are talking over me.
May I continue?
Except for Hans.
Can I say something?
Ms. Heard, isn't it a fact that Tasha Van Ray on September 14th, 2009 claimed to the police that you had hit her arm?
Same objection.
No?
I don't know anything about this.
Give a full answer, please.
I don't know anything about the claim that you just made about what Tasha said or did not say. I can't possibly know that. I know nothing about what you just said.
Isn't it a fact that on September 14th, you hit Tasha Van Ray in her arm?
No.
Isn't it a fact on September 14th, you broke the necklace off of Tasha Van Ray's neck?
352 is
necklace.
irrelevant to these proceedings. Argumentative harassing.
Isn't it a fact that Tasha Van Ray reported to the police that you had hit her arm?
352, irrelevant, vague, argumentative, and harassing. And speculation.
Isn't it a fact, Ms.
It's Heard still.
that you know very well that your spouse, that your domestic partner, Tasha Van Ray, requested that you be arrested for domestic violence?
Call, you need to please let me get my objections in, okay? Please.
Okay.
There's intimate relationships.
Okay, so what we have here is part 2 of my body language analysis, non-verbal communication of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Now, what we've got here is really interesting. It's what we call reframing or adjustment. Johnny Depp at this particular time is talking about how he was a private person, he liked reading books, he liked staying out of the public eye, and he alludes to the fact that Amber Heard was the opposite. She liked being in front of the camera, she liked being noticed, she liked being the centre of attention, alright? Whether that's true or not, who knows? However, what we have got here is a reframing and adjustment. So this is the limbic system, the honest part of the brain, all right, not the prefrontal cortex. And what we see is as Johnny is explaining about Amber's need to be in front of the camera and his desire to be a private person, he starts fiddling with his tie. His tie did not just get tighter. It didn't start strangling him. My point is he didn't need to do anything with it. Yeah, it didn't move, but then he starts to adjust it. Now this is him self-soothing. He's feeling uncomfortable about recollecting memories from Amber Heard, which then hits the limbic system. The limbic system is the fight or flight reaction. Yeah? Just like you will rub your arm or you would rub your thighs when you're nervous, what Johnny starts to do is fiddle with his tie. It's there for everybody to see. All right? This would therefore line up. It would agree. It would concur with the fact that Johnny did feel uncomfortable being more public as Amber desired. And again, so if you notice, anybody, the learning here is that Johnny Depp is telling the truth. Yeah, he's saying he felt uncomfortable. His autonomous part of the brain, by fiddling, readjusting, reframing that tie, is concurring, is agreeing with that fact. Yeah, that Johnny Depp is definitely telling the truth in this circumstance. Subscribe for more body language analysis.
He said, I'd rather cut my hand off than ever lay it on you or lay it upon you, you know, and he had that way of talking. It felt like poetry.
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I reach for you again.
Oh no, no, you can't disguise.
And after you both returned to LA, did...
He even said that he made a mistake with me, and that he didn't want it, that when we touched back down.
What, if any, requests did you make of Mr. Depp for him to get you MDMA?
That's ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Because I would never do MDMA with him. I'm asking for a problem in that case. Like that, I would never do that.
This my shit. All the girls stop your feet like this.
Drop the bass, main and bass. My dog stepped on a bee.
My dad has to pee.
My cat's stuck in a tree.
Nothing made sense. But he picked up my phone and was saying, I'm going to prove this. We're going to get to this. We're going to get to the proof of this. Something to that effect. I don't remember his exact words. And he pushed record on my phone. I didn't actually at the time think that he had done that. I had no idea, but I did know that I didn't have my phone when I woke up and went downstairs to get it. It was dead. It was sitting out on the dining room table by where Jerry Judge was sitting. Jerry Judge was on the phone and heartbroken. And I sat there for a long time, and I eventually turned the key and drove home. What did you do after that? I don't know. I don't remember what I did when I got home. I don't remember. I went to my therapist. I told her.
Objection, hearsay.
I also stated as to what she may have told her.
So he's whacking you up against a wall repeatedly in the face, but you don't have a photo and there was no marks for anyone else to see after. If he's whacking you repeatedly in the face, the first one would have left a mark. Do you know what I mean? How mad is everybody getting right now?